Hey Libra family, what is up? Thanks so much for tuning in. Welcome to the channel. I'm Deborah. This is Purusha Intuitive. And sorry, my cadence was off of that. We're doing your weekly reading, guys. So welcome. I hope all is well in your world. There's not a lot to talk about, in the beginning. We are at the tail end of Pisces season. Maybe you need to put yourself out there, date, find your soulmate, connect with someone new. And that doesn't have to just be love related. I think this deck, I can't remember. Yeah, these are called the Love Oracle cards. So it is going to be more love centric. The sword and the rose like this. So even if it is career, hobby, new community, friends, etc., whatever it is for you, Libra, this is all about, kind of putting yourself out there. New people, new places is what I keep hearing. Because, and making healthy choices, I think this is a lot about making choices for the things that are in alignment with you. Some things are fun, to participate in, blah, blah, blah. But this is kind of coming from more of a healthy space, something that's maybe not as toxic. There, that date card pops up for you immediately. Libra. So definitely getting yourself out there, kind of, going on some dates, meeting new people. Like I said, join a club, a hobby, you know what I mean? It's just like go to a class. I feel like, you need to do something that's just kind of setting, putting yourself in new vibes, new energy, because what you have been doing to this point has not been working, right? You have options. I think that maybe you're a little bit blind to what those are. You might be surprised with how many different things come in for you, whether it's a person or situation. I feel like putting yourself out there just opens a lot of doors is what I'm hearing. And you're looking at everything very strategically. Because I feel like you've been very protective of your energy, Libra. Like you haven't just been like going and hanging out with anyone or, I feel like there's been a lot of learning, a lot of evolution, which is true for all of us. You maybe don't want to put yourself in the position again where you're dealing with someone who's not going to commit, someone who has that fear of intimacy, who's very ego-based. It creates that codependent dynamic, right, of runner-chaser. You might have a runner in your life from beforehand that's stepping back into the picture. But you need to be strategic about how you approach it. Not just because I do feel like you'll have interest. Like I said, there's multiple options. There's a lot of opportunity coming your way. It's about what you're the most passionate about. I feel like, it's having that chemistry, having the synergy. And I feel like that's what you're searching for. I don't feel like it's coming. There's new beginnings. The Ace of Pentacles just flew out. So it's like you have these new opportunities at the forefront for you. But again, it's like what resonates the strongest. If you've been in a period of time where you're doing a lot of healing, soul searching, bettering of yourself, taking care of yourself, we always have to readjust because, we're always growing to some capacity, but who we are now isn't who we were 5 years ago, 10 years ago, because of that evolution. And especially when we're putting in the intentional work, Libra, it's like I feel like you're reconnecting with what your passions are. Maybe this was someone who did run away. Whether it's like an unhealthy version, I should say, unhealthy version of the runner. Or, someone that, walked away before things could start, before they could evolve. I feel like you're starting to see things from a different perspective, right? With that hangman energy. Yeah, there's a lot of evolution there. 2 major arcana pop out for us. Justice, maybe you have been in a legal or court situation. Something that has like really just shifted your perspective around the past. If it's not dealing with the court or legality or contracts, I feel like that could have been someone that you were committed to or had this more codependent vibe with, where you would always be chasing after them. No matter, how the relationship was structured, this is very much the energy of after a period of time where there has been a lot of change, a lot of evolution, adjustment, you're re-finding yourself. Yeah. Maybe connecting with friends, people from the past, people that just like made you feel happy and good, right? Reminding yourself of who you are. And maybe kind of well, here's the thing with that Emperor energy. I feel like this is twofold because I feel like you've had, just very rigid people around you in your energy in the past. There's that Knight of Cups, Cancer, Pisces, Scorpio. The Emperor is Aries. I feel like you've had to kind of make some changes and adjustments of who you are letting in your energy, right? Going back to that overarching passion. What really makes you feel happy and like you're thriving? And you've had to kind of set up those boundaries, making sure that no one is getting through, penetrating that energy. Maybe you have a family, maybe you have little ones, right? That you have to protect tooth and nail. You're not going to just let any old person in there, especially maybe someone who's like, doesn't always have the best intention. Yeah, but this is a changing of the tide that we see with the Hangman. The Hangman not only shifts your perspective, but other people's perspective, because I feel like this was enough for you to start showing up a little bit differently in your own life. You might have had a long-term connection, attachment that's having a really hard time getting over this, is what I'm hearing. King of Swords energy, Gemini, Libra, Aquarius. For some of you, dealing with another, or this is just someone who is like having a really hard time being decisive over everything that's happened, past energy, reconnecting with it, kind of being a little bit stubborn and blocked is what I'm hearing. Just like you are in your own way, right? Like, Libra energy is ruled by justice, right? It is very diplomatic. It is the weighing of the scales, knowing when to execute justice and when not to. But there is a lot of like hurt and pain in this situation. I feel like you're setting yourself up for success, though, is what I'm hearing. Let's see what's currently blocking you. So happiness coming together, that sense of completion that we get with the 10 of Pentacles. That's like happy home, happy life, you're happy in your career. It's building and growing something, whether that is family or your business or your hobbies, kind of just like the way that you show up in your life. It's like that feeling of having it all is how I look at it. And you don't feel that way. Maybe you've had to work really hard to step out of something. That's why you have these really heavy boundaries up. you know, keeping things very lighthearted. It's interesting how they depict this energy, the Three of Cups, as like a couple getting married. Maybe some of you are getting married, or maybe it was dealing with someone that you were married to, and that's kind of where you've learned to set your boundaries a little bit stronger. You know, maybe you have just gone through a divorce, separation, something that completely broke your heart, but also gave you a fresh new perspective. It's a lot of understanding, right? Maybe you had a lot of people turn their back on you. This sense of betrayal. You know, look, all of his friends are still up in the towers where he's like hanging over the zombies, like letting him just get fed to the wolves, right? But what I love about it is he still has his own defenses. And the Hangman in the traditional deck is all about forcing ourselves in an uncomfortable way to see with new eyes. It's not fun. Like, who wants to hang upside down, right? Do you remember doing that, like on the monkey bars? It's fun for a minute until the blood starts rushing to your head. And then it's like all like, you know, mind-boggling to sit up. So, you know, I mean, I feel like you and this person or situation, you're kind of playing off these energies too much. Like, it's interesting, this person that you're dealing with, there's a lot of emotion on their end. I feel like they just don't know how to make sense of things. They're probably a pretty rational person with that King of Swords energy, but that can also be someone who's like so unable to look at their emotions. Like, it's like they're so shoved far down. They're shoved so far down. Thank you. Sorry about that. I had to like back myself up. I'm getting a little like in the ethers. So yeah, so it's like, and that's kind of, I mean, exactly what their energy is like, right? Like, it feels like they're miscombobulated. They can't really see things clearly because it's a lot out of the emotion, the fear, the loss, maybe some of the stuff that they haven't really been acknowledging about that has happened in their past. Places where, you know, maybe they were able to like sniff people out. They let someone get a one-over on them. Because I don't feel like you have connection with this person yet. You know, or if you do, yeah, I don't know. Yeah, let's see. Let's do some clarifications. Yeah, so this is, I feel like this is someone who maybe hasn't even come into your life quite yet. This is the person you're supposed to put yourself out there to find, or the situation. I feel like they're going through their own stuff that's making it hard to see things clearly, maybe perhaps with you. Yeah, because love is being blocked, Libra. I don't feel like this is someone you've dated, or this was that person from your past, maybe that you had the separation, divorce with. This feels like this is someone brand new. This is someone who actually has the opportunity to choose. Maybe, you know, you have been putting yourself out there in a certain way, but then there is kind of like this very elementary component to it. Two of Cups, Two of Swords, Page of Cups. It's like, it's there, it's being offered, but a decision's not really being made because like no one's mature enough to make that decision in this situation. I feel like that's why it's hard, because like when you are the Emperor energy, we're not as much in our feeling, our emotions, our sensuality, because it's like complete masculine energy, right? It's being decisive, deductive with how you're approaching everything. And then this person or situation over here is like so miscombobulated. I feel like they can't even really like focus on you is what I'm hearing. I don't know if that makes sense. Yeah, so too bad, so sad. I think it's just like not the timing, not the place. Maybe there was like connection. Maybe this is something that you were doing to assess your options. Maybe you did put yourself out there a little bit more. Maybe this person that you had the connection with, it just like didn't really take off how you had hoped for some of you. But it's a process is what I would say, Libra. I feel like even if this thing that you're dealing with is more of a crapshoot, it's not a bad thing, right? You know I'm a silver linings type person. It's about evolution, you know, because this person that potentially you reached out to or there's this connection with, they're just not there yet. They're not mature enough. And I feel like that's why you have to open up your options. So you have more to work with. I think sometimes, yeah, options can definitely be overwhelming. Ooh, yeah. It's just like, don't get sucked in is the name of the game with this, because it's like remembering, again, silver linings, right? A no is often a blessing. If things would have gone in the way that you wanted, hoped, wished, etc., it probably would have been way more toxic, way more poisonous for you than what you anticipated. And sometimes we really need that wake-up call. And I feel like the reason, yeah, I love that, honeybee. This is about like mastery of your own self, Libra. Trusting in your innate power to be diplomatic, to see things for what they are. Knowing when to give credit to and when to not, because you've already been down this road before. And especially if you're in a place where there is a lot of grief and a lot of pain, you want to make sure that you're not making major decisions from that space. It's too, you know, we have a tendency to not choose the highest and best for ourselves if we're hurting, right? So the white oak, you know, I think there's like this element of refinement, abundance. Something about it is very appealing to you, but I think the bottom line is I keep hearing that it's more memorialized, right? It's like, it's something that looks beautiful, that maybe was beautiful or could be beautiful, but it's from the past. You know, not from the past, that's not the right, it's like just, it's not meant to be, right? It's more an appreciation, right? Like when you're looking at a piece of art, etc. It's not fully manifested because I feel like you needed to see it for exactly what it was. It's making you stronger. It's making you a lot more empowered. And I feel like it's a part of this evolution, right? Again, going back to that, connecting with what really makes you passionate, not the fantasy, not the pie in the sky idea. Because I feel like in this, you're seeing like, wow, that's really beautiful. It could have been something, but it's not. There's more to the story. There's more. Ooh. Excuse me, guys. Whew. There's more to be seen. There's more to be discovered. And I feel like you're in the midst of this transition versus like, you know, oh, that's exactly what it was supposed to be. You're still kind of discovering that is what I'm hearing. So I hope this helped, Libra. Thanks so much for bearing with me. I appreciate you. I'm sending all the love and blessings to your situation. Definitely big thumbs up if it resonated. Drop comments below. I love building and growing the community. I'm totally here to support in whatever way possible. Feel free to reach out if you want me to look at your own personal situation. Otherwise, thank you for the support. Lots of love, and I will see you next week.